Oh well, it's probably a sign that I shouldn't make watermelon. Gonna have to find something else to use, I think. Like, well, I hate to use it, but it's all I can think of at the moment. I assume this is still playing. I don't know if you guys can hear me still, but I just saw that my OBS went poof and then it come back on, so I don't know. Where's my picture? Oh, okay, well, good. I don't know what happened. It just kind of went poof and it didn't even make a sound. Of course, I have my sound kind of turned down, so maybe that's part of it, but this is not the most ideal choice because, again, it's renowned, so if you're kind of pinched for that, that might not be the thing you want to use, but yeah, they're few and further between, though. I haven't had issues for a while, and suddenly decided to give me some problems. There we go. There's our weird, like, 1,000-piece watermelon. Yours went to an ad? Well, I don't know how to make the ads go away. I would assume you have to have special membership or something to be able to do that. I wouldn't know anything about it. Just changing this up just a smidge, maybe. It's a very light kind of picture. I think I need to bring some of the red down here. That's strange. I don't know. Whoops, not that way. I had to push it in. Just trying to bring the red down a little bit to round out that rind just a little. Later I will link all this up and I will see just how many pieces there actually are in here, and I will let you all know just what a mess it is. But you know, that's part of the reason I do this, to test this out for you guys, to say this is the way not to do a painting. Don't do it like this, because it's ridiculously item heavy and clumsy and awkward to work with. Not very easy to correct any mistakes you might make. Okay, a couple more, and I think we're gonna call it done. Tell you what, you guys want to guess how many firecracker dynamite thingies there are? We'll see who ends up getting closest. No prizes or anything, just for fun, just to see who can guess the right amount. Oh my gosh, quit moving that way. What in the world? Okay, a couple more. I keep saying that and I keep adding more and more. I see little bits that I want to change and 150, wow, that's quite a few. See, I ask now because I don't want anybody going through the video later and going, I'm going to count how many she's putting down. $250, huh? Let me write these down. Well, we'll check here in a minute, just to put everybody's wonderings aside. Trying to bring this little bit, I don't know, it's not quite working what I was expecting, but okay, there's our watermelon slice. I don't know, does it look like a watermelon slice to you guys? I'm still adding. I can't quit. I'm obsessing over it now. But that's how I usually do. I'll like keep picking at it and messing with it, and it's like I gotta stop or I never will finish it. See how it looks strange from the side? You can see the gaps, but if you look at it from the front, it doesn't look too bad. It maybe needs some shadow here. Let's put a shadow in. Let's get it kind of straight there. Come on, work with me here. Let's I think mine is more rounded than the example I'm looking at. It's pretty. Oh, well, drat. I just let go of it, so it's there. It's permanent. Let's try a different color. Let's just use some glass, I guess. See if that'll work. Glass, you say? Why would you use glass? Again, just an idea. A little bit of a shadow there. We'll replace it. I'm gonna copy it. Copy it to the first slot here. In theory, I should be able to just repeatedly drop it in there. So let's, good. And we'll just say clone it. They're really weird looking. I think that one might be too far out. Yeah, I guess that's true. We just kind of obsess over it constantly. This probably should be flatter here and more of the shadow there, but that's good. Kind of fill this up a little bit to kind of cover up that red that I've got in there. Just maybe one more. There we go. We'll call it good. I gotta quit messing with it or I'm gonna keep adding. Yeah, that's kind of how it is exactly for me. It's just, I don't know, it's just, you can't help yourself. Okay, so let me remove this stuff here, just to kind of... Now what I've done is I've actually made a set of this, and so that I can easily put up a new canvas if I want. And again, I want to remind, just in case you have something happen like I did where I updated the Katia add-on and got all of my sets erased. For the smaller sets, I would say 250 or less. You could probably save all of those. What I do is I'll make a set and then I'll hit the share button, and then what you do is you just copy that code, and what I do is I save it in Word files. So I have a whole bit of like all of the specialized furniture, like I have the wicker furniture and the red moon bed that I made and the nightstand, and so I have a section for furniture, I have a section for paintings, I have a section for buildings that I've made. It's one way to ensure that even if something kind of works up in the add-on, I can always recall it. The only thing you won't be able to do is like a full plot save. Because this sharing thing only goes up so far, and the easiest way to be able to tell that is if you have ever made a set copy and looked at the end code, you'll see what it should look like, and if you try to save something that's a little too long for it, you'll see where it just kind of stops in the middle of the code. So yeah, that's that. Where would somebody want a slice of watermelon? Maybe somebody's kitchen. You know, you could like maybe rotate this or add an extra layer to make it kind of like a diamond or a star shape. Add some hands on it and you got a kitchen clock, or just a picture for in the kitchen above the dining table or something. A cover for a cookbook. Um, I don't know where else you'd want it, but that's the only thing, you know. So if someone wants it for the kitchen, that would probably be a good idea. Obviously, I would probably reduce the size of the frame to kind of make it a little smaller, which we can do that right now. Maybe not that small. Looks like I changed the look of it even by doing that, but it could be just my eyes. And make sure you get all the positions and stuff like you want them before you save the set. And of course, you know, this is where you'd put your little signature. I don't know if I have a one ready-made. I don't even think I could use it. I really should come up with a new way of signing my paintings so that we don't have to use the carrot plushie. It was kind of a funny thing to do it with the carrot plushie because, you know, it's carrot, that kind of works, but it's not convenient for everybody to have access to that carrot plushie, especially if you have like an alt that's just, you know, not high enough or doesn't have the rep. Normally I would toss in the little carrot signature. I'll have to go and get the copies that don't have it anymore and make sure that my low-level alt has them, because I happen to have built this on an alt that I don't think has even been to Galeris, so he doesn't have access, or she doesn't have access to the carrot plushie. So if I move this over to the art gallery, I'll be sure and add that in. Well, in the art gallery, I don't have anything signed because it's on my plot, and obviously I made it. But or if I was to give this to somebody, the carrot signature would be included. But this would be like where you would sign it. And for those that are looking for fun ways of signing, you could see how I used the shapes yesterday, just making some weird little oriental characters. You can do that with a signature. You know, use like the hanging wire. Those would be good for curved letters, like if you want to make a T or a K or something like that. You could do it that way. But let's see if I can. I'm going to first, let me see if I can, well, let's see if I can grab one of these dynamites just by itself. I don't know if there's one that's sticking out far enough. There we go. I'm just going to link all of the dynamite pieces that are here. So this again is Lament's add-on. This is the Toolbox Housing Pro, I think is what they called it. And you do the link feature, and you'll see that it gives you a radius for linking. So anything within this radius that I say I want linked to that particular dynamite, it'll link it up. But I want just the dynamite linked in, and it should only collect those because there aren't any other dynamites being used elsewhere in this little vicinity. So I'm going to link it. And in theory, that will bunch them all together, and we will see who's the closest to guessing to how many pieces there are. And what I'll do is just open this up. So did everybody have a guess? We got 150, 200, 250, 50 plus. Well, that's kind of vague. So let's see how many it actually is. There are, wow, there's only 68. So I guess technically Faye would be the closest. Zodi said 45, Bones said 150, that's the two between, so 50, I'll say 50 is Faye's, so that would be Faye. So yeah. It's a fun little attempt. Granted, you'll see that, you know, how much went into it. There was a lot of kind of manipulating on my part as far as, I mean, you saw how it looked before. It was really, it looked like someone just went, you know, and sneezed on the canvas. It just didn't look like anything, and it's taken a lot of time and a lot of items to try and shape it just right and to be recognizable as that. So yeah, I am too, Poi. I'm really surprised that it wasn't more, because it felt like more. It felt like ages of dynamite. In total, let's see. I don't know how many pieces. I don't know if it'll link all of them together now, so let's try that. I'm gonna reduce the radius so hopefully it doesn't pick up anything outside of this spot. Because I know this linking thing, sometimes if you have sets already made, it doesn't want to pick up everything. Like it ignores, oh, it did. So all together, if I can get it to calm down there. All together, frame included. Now remember, the frame itself, the canvas, is already 25 pieces. So if you do a canvas like this to make a little painting on a white background, you're guaranteed 25 just to start. So altogether, it is 134 pieces. That's not too bad, really, considering. I like to try and keep my this stuff around the 200 mark. I don't want to. I aim not to go beyond that, but sometimes you just kind of get caught up in the details. And so yeah, there we go. It's a wedge of watermelon. Not particularly the best approach, I'm sure, and maybe not particularly the best result, but it's not too bad. I mean, hopefully somebody just that walked in all of a sudden would say, hey, look, there's a piece of watermelon and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Good luck with your own projects if you decide to tackle the food CBDC. Yeah, exactly, Bones. But we were just asking about the dynamite, so you kind of went off the mark there. But hopefully it gives you some food for thought. Notice the little trick of the words there. And helps you kind of approach, again, like I said, probably the best method of looking for images is I would stick to simplified versions of the foods. Don't look at an actual picture of an actual food item, because there's going to be so much detail you'll kind of get too caught up in that. Go for vector images, icons, even like pixelated, pixel, like for games like Minecraft or something. Those would probably be a good place to look for more simplified shapes and stuff. Now I can't actually show you the bit that I'm looking at. Mine's an actual photograph of a slice of watermelon, or a painting, I think, but it looks photorealistic. To me, that's probably tougher for trying to work off of, because obviously the shape and coloring and the curves and stuff, you really can't match that up. And obviously theirs looks a much better result than mine. But for like the panda painting we did yesterday, I really liked the method of that, so I think I will probably opt to do more of that style than using the colors. When you get into colors and such, again, we have trouble with the shading, so you have to do with that layering stuff, and that makes it a whole heck of a lot more complicated. But the line drawings, that's much easier. And the line you can change to a different color. If you don't want to use black, find something that you can easily manipulate for the color you're looking for. If you want to do a blue bird, you could probably get something that has the blue in it that you want and just use that to make your lines, like we did with the rock for the panda bear. So I will probably be doing more of those. I know it's kind of obsessive because I'll get like on a technique and I'll like kind of hang on that for a while, but I find this really fun. just working with an actual white canvas and going with that. It's probably not ideal for all lighting situations because I think the glass gets pretty intense when you have some strong lighting near it. And of course, it looks kind of funny more visibly from the side because you can see right through the glass, so you can see a lot of the objects, kind of how they look. But yeah, I really like this glass bit. I know people have been working with layered glass for a while in different other ways, but I really am enjoying this part. And so I think I'll be doing more of it. I just don't know in what way and how much and what exactly we're going to be making. So maybe we'll do another one Thursday. Because tomorrow's Wednesday. That means we have house tours coming up. It's Dominion's turn this week. That is assuming we have no problems with the patch that's coming in today. If there are problems and for whatever reason they have to do an extra maintenance tomorrow and it happens to land when I would normally be streaming, know that we will just reschedule it for probably Thursday. But as it goes right now, we are scheduled for Dominion house tours tomorrow. That's on Jabbit, for those of you that aren't sure. I don't have any plans to do NA visits at this time. I know there's still some people asking me about that. There is at least, I think there's one, maybe two people that are considering striking up some house tours on that side of the pond. So I'm kind of waiting to see if they actually follow through on that before I consider more seriously on whether or not I would want to get into it. I know their approaches may be different than the way I do the tours myself, but I just don't want to feel like, well, I'm doing this and then suddenly I come in and go, well, I'm going to do it too. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to kind of let it stew for a little bit. But yeah, we have the patch coming in. Supposedly there's a lot of fixes incoming, so if you're having trouble with like the Starcom Basin event, Falling Through the World, which I typically have when I'm running around Arctera, memory crashes and stuff, supposedly all of that stuff is getting rectified today. So fingers crossed everything works out smoothly. I don't know if it's also going to involve any of those account securities that they were talking about earlier. I don't know if that's going to be game side or if that's going to be more like website side. I have no idea. So hopefully we hear more about that soon. And of course, the patch notes will be released once the realms are back up. So be watching for that. In the meantime, it's been great, guys. I appreciate all the chatter. We had lots of fun today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this get put together, even though it seemed like it took forever. Yeah, good luck with your projects, whether they're CBDC related or not. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.